Cultists, double cross versus double cross. Finally, Cantarella. Like, we were discussing with Kareem a little bit yesterday. Like, one thing you could go for is Cantarella every deck, expecting Calvits left and right. Yeah. If you were trying to counter and not just play good decks, but that plan might fail occasionally.
But still, Cantarella's a pretty cheap include, relatively speaking.
I'm not sure about this providing your opponent with initiate on turn 1 strategy.
This is fine.
Так, стоп, у Карима 3 деки. Ну да, тут нету ограничений. Окей, the meal time. Oh, yes. I guess Calbron decided that I'm either sniping the cultist scenario here, or I'm doomed. And, well, this is the educational video on how to probably not do things against cultists. But at least he's doing it from red coin, so
yeah,
just a silly fun.
Yeah, just like the cultist scenario, Calbron may be doomed here.
Yeah. So.
Thrones to be emptied, then filled again.
Okay, we don't go operator, we just go. We just go deacon. And yeah, cultists happy to play this scenario. The one thing to remember is to not pass after your opponent passes, because well, I might have done it once on ladder. I'm already winning, I play this scenario, opponent passes, easy round win. And then you're realizing slowly that something's missing from my cultist. Where are my points?
Yeah, you've won one round, but how are you going to win the others?
Okay, there we go. Infusions, not that many, only one deacon.
But does get the long round 3, where in theory cultists should outscale the Assimilate.
And also both Nausicaa brigades infused. 3 cultists at the definition of fun, only fun allowed. Well, people went, quite a few went for triple Assimilate, but that's the meaning behind this tournament. Not every tournament's supposed to be like unique decks. If you can take it to the max with abuse locked into one faction, why not? I'm pretty sure we had Nilfgaard in tournaments before where you can, yeah, only take unique decks, unique cards. So this is somewhat different. Okay, and you know, as usual, you see your opponent is Assimilate, you're like, I'm gonna take you into a long round. Any deck does that, right? Yeah. Nobody's scared again.
That's normal.
That's very normal. Like, Assimilate engines in a long round. What can go wrong? But, well, Kareem seems to be a man with a plan. Let's see if Calbron can match that plan as well.
Yeah. To match that plan, though, you need to play a unit here, and all your units are gold.
I guess you can third cards. Yeah, you can also play the carryover artifact.
Yeah, walk on Nausicaa here. Fine.
Osio Nausicaa, the best Nilfgaardian unit. Yeah, the 10 card round now. Board space indeed is in danger with all the spies. With Kareem playing double Nausicaa brigade, Dandelion, Matra extending the round. And yeah, Assimilate also fills the board with
Wait,
spice.
just a recruit.
Yeah, if recruit is
I
an
missed that.
answer, I guess. No, it doesn't really help, yeah,
will not regret this,
too much.
sir.
Artorius opening.
For you, my friend, always.
I think I would have preferred like third card to Joust maybe, but maybe Joust killing one of the engines is fine. There
Yeah, I
we
can
go.
one engine, but okay, how are these draws? Okay. Nicely
A
gets the
little,
brigades out before the battle stations. Perfect thinning.
a little
Awkward
bit of
recruit,
point
but,
vomit.
What was that you were saying about this Joust killing an engine? There are 4 engines now.
Well, just kill one. Do something. Deacon can die though. And also,
I mean, it doesn't
very
really do
dead
much.
Matahuri for Kareem.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Two bad sides. It is better to be on the winning one.
See? Perfect joust. This fur card is potentially on the winning side. How is Mata interacting with an empty deck?
Mata would still go through, except
Yeah,
if
so-
Kareem played, it would only draw for Calbron.
No, yeah, but I mean, the if Kalbron goes for the leader, can extend
that-
his card advantage.
I mean, yeah, you get card advantage, but you don't really even have toll punishes, and you're drawing I think, a remedy? That's the most expensive card in deck.
Yes, but
Remedy actually could be good in terms of disrupting the. Oh wait, no, Necromancy's played anyways. Okay, it's not good. I was trying to have Copium, but I'm all out already. The tanks are on low.
yeah. Okay, so cultists showcasing why there potentially are problems still. Okay, so this is the operation. Let's kill some engines. You are definitely losing value on your Assimilate engines, but knowing the cultist scaling, that's probably a thing to do. Nonetheless.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, now each Assimilate tag is worth probably less than half as much now that the Stefan is out. So definitely not gonna scale nearly as well as any of like the cultist engines still remaining in hand here for Kareem. Okay, silver linings for Assimilate here. The operator is not very good. It's only being used on a recruit or an illusionist. The recruit is pretty useless. The illusionist is very good because the initiate is in the graveyard here for Calpron, so that's maybe not so good.
Yeah, and Kareem's Duchess's informants are, well, capable of copying illusionists here, but that leads to board space problems. Kareem is here calculating the hero pass. Kinda rude. Okay, there is a leader into Vilgefortz. As a toll punish, surely one toll punish is enough.
Dandy's pretty nice. Although Assimilate might also be running into board space problems here, though giving spies over to Kareem is very nice.
That is all I need.
Yeah, no teleportations. Should have been. And, well, we give Cultist card again. Not sure about that, but, well, there is not, like, that's how the card works, so...
I didn't have much of a choice.
Emptied.
But, yeah, that's some extra scaling.
Yep. Currently, this dandelion is worth almost as much as the entire front row of Kaal. Only 2 points short.
So dark clouds gather over Nilfgaardian, named Kaal here. He just didn't buy into that cult early enough. And, yeah, not sure what can he do now.
Can't copy the illusionist. Oh, so not illusionist, the prophet here. How does prophet interact if you play a unit that was infused with the cultist tag? It should not count as a cultist anymore.
Yeah,
correct?
I think it doesn't.
Although here you can just play the recruit for Kareem, and that's probably sort of the least valuable locked unit, or even the matter.
Yeah,
Since
they
she
are
doesn't have the
both not
infusion.
infused.
101, 102, 103.
So the recruit is counting points for Kareem, 101, 102, 135, and that's gonna continue.
Gonna be at it all day.
I will see it done.
Ah wait, yeah, the cultist is infusion, but this is the tag infusion, and tag infusions should go through actually, yeah. Because that's like it becomes an innate part of the card. Now that full tilt typed it out. I think that worked with Harmony. Broken, even if the unit was locked.
My duty? To stick my nose where it doesn't belong.
Yeah, but that's because the tag is the base of the unit, right? Whereas the cultist tag is tied to the infusion. But I'm not sure. I could see it working
I
that
mean,
way.
it was a comedian or something. Not even sure what was it,
Everywhere.
but
Right.
something I think worked. Anyway, we are seeing 135 become 257. And the simulator also kind of run out of board space, so the potential card advantages that we were talking about non-issue here.
Alright, so this is Assimilate. Bit of a twist on Assimilate with this Ardell as well as the Focal Forts. Running as Toll Punishers up against these cultists.
I forgive you.
Stereotypically, I believe this is considered favored for cultists, correct?
Yeah, there is no Angulame in Cold Bronze deck. That led to some shenanigans. This is not a double cross where you can also potentially snipe this scenario, for example. But yeah, I also need to look through the entirety of the Cold Bronze list to figure out what's there. Ardell, okay.
No door is closed.
Interesting. But yeah, let's see how Kareem pilots. He was pretty like, if you're picking something other than Assimilate for this tournament, that means that you probably want to go all greed.
Yeah.
So let's see how that feels.
Ideally things which are good into Assimilate as well, because I think you'd be expecting quite a bit of Assimilate.
Yep.
Marked by the Fiendu.
Yeah, I believe. After the change to Farn to make him no longer work with the Eternal Eclipse directly, I believe we started seeing some players playing recruits, right?
Yeah.
Although those are missing from Kareem's deck here.
Yeah, I think Kareem was in chat and he also mentioned that Myamon is playing without the recruit, his cultists, and there is somewhere Mystical playing Shoop Heatwave decks. So
Yeah,
if you meet that, you definitely are in trouble in terms of getting the value from your scenario and from your entire cultist package if you don't infuse. So if those players meet later on, Cultists versus Mysticals lineup will be an interesting watch if Cultists come unprepared.
Although, even with the limited control tools that Kaal has here, we do see eventually the Deacon being answered with a, I think it was Diplo into a Angry Mob combined with the Imprisonment, as well as the Shelmar actually being used offensively. I love to see the Tawny Shelmar. It's such a cool card.
Yeah. Those cards that are limited to interactions like between specific factions are quite awkward to design. Like if we remember the was this Vernon Roche killing only like square cards, that was very weird. But Tawny Shelmar is the flexible card, so you can get the value always, and it does something specific in the mirror of faction. 7 damage is nothing to sneeze at.
Definitely not. Especially if you're able to sort of shut down
You got
some
a
of the early
sea beast
cultists, stop
swimming
them
in them
spreading their
breaches.
faith. But one of the deacons is back. This cult seems to believe in necromancy, maybe a bit of a darker kind of religion.
Yeah. Okay, the coated weapon is one way to answer it.
Is merely an illusion. Though granted, strong and
Limiting the infusions. The Eternal Eclipse. Can you... yeah, you can mutter it out of your deck. Were the surgeons as slave drivers? I thought this was a Nilfgaard tournament. It's all about Assimilate and Cultists, apparently. Players are unaware that you should only focus on the bronzes at 5-6 provisions. But they'll learn. After they see that, yeah, they could have won with the infinite Nausicas, they'll adjust. There is another Nilfgaard only tournament apparently in a couple of weeks, Mitrafan shaped. So we are not the only ones having fun with Nilfgaard.
Be interesting to see if it's a bit of a different landscape that time.
Yeah.
Or whether it will just be similar sorts of things popping up.
But turns out April's starting with April's full day is totally a Nilfgaardian month. Makes a lot of sense thematically.
Do not make me beg.
Okay, so Eternal Eclipse is in hand. You'll have to play another card if you are dropping scenario, but oh well, the amount of carryover you potentially are getting is incredible.
Although it's worth noting that the only cards left in Kaal deck here are 4 provisions, so there is basically a lot of pressure to just go as hard as you can in this round, for the simple reason that you don't gain anything with your draws next round. On average, they'll just be way worse than whatever Kareem is getting access to.
Yeah, this is incredible.
Also, you don't. Yeah.
Thanks for pointing that
Naturally, against Cultists too, you don't really want to give them that long round 3 as well. So even if it's quite scary bleeding into an active Cultist scenario, it might be something that Kaal is just going to have to face, trying to get as many Assimilate engines on board and going as possible. And these Veiled Mage Torturers are quite nice because Kareem's leader isn't able to shut them down.
Yeah, so turns out you can play your Calvit in round 0 and start drawing your top decks immediately. That's quite a few points
Last
here.
profit. Yeah, but the other problem with having an all gold hand is you're very vulnerable to that profit. And if I was a prophet, I'll be predicting a quite painful next turn for Kaal.
Yeah, that's not the happy time here, especially with like triple Assimilate engine already on board.
Yeah.
You could have, with almost any card outside of, I guess, yeah, this Artal and Vilgefortz trigger it multiple times.
Look, I don't even think the Artal would have been that great here, because as mentioned, you're drawing into a 4 provision card.
Yeah.
If we kind of turn on our sort of Lirio brain here, that means that the Artal really is not playing for many points when you consider that all the goals are already drawn. So if that top deck not finding value, so just obviously toss that away. And the cultists keep cultisting, they're spreading the gospel.
Yeah. Well, looks kind of scary for cultists in terms of the Assimilate value that is coming here with every turn. But if you believe in something, can you really get scared? Don't think so. Okay, a little bit of cultist in of his own for Kalbron here. Gives a copy target, which is maybe not ideal in terms of the point exchange rate here.
Yeah, look, it would have been worse giving a initiate to have the Death Wish trigger on, but yeah, it's not great giving a Deacon either.
So Kareem doesn't show the docs yet, and that just limited the options.
Yeah. And worth noting now is that Kareem did manage to take the lead that last turn, still has the final chapter remaining to trigger on the Eternal Eclipse, so should, I think, be able to keep the lead pretty handily unless Stefan is able to get some insane Assimilate value. Although this Magni is bricked in hand, the teleportation looking a little bit suspect.
No,
It does actually get played.
Yeah, it's a suspect, but bouncing a spy is insane value. Even the spy itself is not with the tag of cultist, since your opponent was kind enough to provide you with the deacons. You are happy. So yeah, all those Assimilate procs units grow in by 5-6 points each. Then cultists saying like, look, I'm you but better. And your Magna to power is not the worst tempo play ever. The correct board setup.
Like, you'd rather it do something, but with its only targets being stuff like Decreeing Battle Stations, you'd probably rather have those later on.
Okay, nice thinning for Kalbron when this Vilgefort's taken, because you are denying some potentially crazy points. Cult is just thanks to the imprisonment leader believing in Kalbron, believing in the cult as well. The cult spreads deeper and deeper. Usually don't see that many deacons played.
Although keep in mind, Deacons infusing at this point, they don't get the additional sort of engine infusion from the snow, but still other infusions will give you more triggers for that engine infusion. Also, Kareem at this point probably will be thinking about, well, pretty sure the last card here is going to be that Stefan, and we'll be doing the maths. Would I need to maybe commit some leaders onto to lock down these Assimilate cards? The answer is probably not, because you already have a 20-point lead here.
So decides to keep the dog. The dogs are both infused, so yeah. Maybe dropping Magna is a better choice.
Yeah.
So
play them like second with after using a leader on whatever Calbron plays. But it can be a little awkward sequencing wise because you want to play your battle stations early, but they need bronze units in hand to pay that off from.
Do you think it's awkward for Calbron here as well, having
Oh yes.
the specials that, okay, finds the tourney job so you can play first turn and interactively, but it's
Honestly,
how many, like, Calbron can end up with what? 9 points on his side of the board if Kareem just discards everything till the last turn.
I mean, kind of.
So, like, Kareem, of course, does well. He knows, but he just doesn't have a reason to, I suppose, to take that line.
Yeah.
But considering all the Nilfgaard specials require you to have a target, it's yeah. If you just take a moment to look at your opponent leftover deck, you understand the thing and two, we get the fourth.
You know what else requires a target, specifically a bronze target? The informant. That defender would have meant bricked informant.
So yeah, Lerio, Myamon, also Kukuruzina, Iluha, players who definitely try to utilize their turn timer to the maximum. So I don't really see a problem with roping much, but yeah, if you are a fast player, you might want to get into the next one immediately after finishing the previous round. Oh look, it's Cultists. And Cultist number 1 is answered. Of course, Golden Necker deck, there is no heat wave.
No, I thought Assimilate mirrors were messy, but Cultists against Master of Puppets is gonna be even messier, I think.
Yeah. So if you guys have any predictions, I'm happy to listen to them. I have no fucking idea what's gonna happen. Not the slightest clue.
We saw Jasta's initial answer followed up here with I think it was a Tome into Necromancy. This does mean that Myamon's collar is quite good, because with the Doomed, this Deacon can't be teleported, so the teleport wouldn't sort of get rid of that lock and the damage from the collar.
Puppets should be
Yeah,
favored.
probably the
Yeah, I
most
don't.
efficient answer.
Okay, so not using the Tobe. As you pointed out, it wouldn't matter teleporting the Doomed unit, but just not to give Fire Snail any extra ways. Although now, what? You can swap. But that doesn't... We've seen how it goes against Cultists if you are trying to steal their units. I'll need to open Fire Snail's deck.
Yeah, like you want to put this Master of Puppets in the opposing graveyard, but then Informants and Illusionists are very happy at the same time.
Okay, look, it's happening. It's happening. Yoink!
Oh no.
Yoink!
Oh gosh.
So this is Imprisonment Cultists. No records here as well, but doesn't matter against the Golden Necker deck, so Dex Myamon is playing. This is the decider anyway. Did I update the score? Yes, I did. Nice. There is a defender, so that Wilgefortz might be necessary.
Okay, early scenario is a Golden Necker list. Myamon does not have an answer. I wonder if anyone in chat would be excited to play against such a list.
And Snail should be incredibly happy to only go like the natural one card down to win the round after developing this scenario, so gets full control of the situation here. Gets wait. So what was swapped? The non-doomed version of the Deacon, right? So gets something into the graveyard of the opponent.
Yeah.
Although how influential that is, not certain. Myamon might be happier about MOPs being there. But now what? What do you do? How much do you bleed?
Well, but if you're confident in the long round, you just,
Yeah, but
you know,
you are one swap away from being very confident into I ran out of control and now Myamon is stealing my 50-point cultist.
The thing is, if you have a 300-point lead, what does a 100-point swap matter? It doesn't. But the question is,
I'm not sold. Like I understand, but I'm not sold. I'm
not sold either. I'm just I know it's such a sort of dirty term, but I'm kind of just playing devil's advocate here, trying to see both sides. Matt is sort of just straddling the middle. Doesn't really commit one way or another here. It is a card you play, but it sort of replaces itself, so we'll have the same decision following up the next turn for Fire Snail. Could at least play one more card, you know, go down to 7.
Sometimes it's just nice to take a break and not commit to anything. Okay, this is a little bit more committal now. So the bronzes start to appear on the board, MOPs become happier and happier, but that's a bit early for them to come out and play. So, if you are Myamon, what do you expect here? You just seen Artorius being dropped. Which is like a claim for the round. Oh, look, not hitting the soldiers that are jumping out in round 3 usually. Probably would have been happier, although you are developing one extra engine for your opponent. And if you're concerned about this round, then yeah, that you should be happy about this pool.
Yeah, I think it's probably maybe the second best rogue pool, I'd say. So I think Magni's maybe slightly more settled to breaking if you don't draw it, but
So, is it Golden Acre time? Not yet.
The engine value, despite this round going on for a few cards already, Fire Snail doesn't really have that many proper Cultist engines. Yeah, it's really just the Vigo. And yeah, Myamon just point slamming into the lead right now.
At least some extra carryover for Fire Snail. But yeah, if you are infusing something that is getting pulled from the deck, you're not getting much value out of it. doesn't allow to shuffle 2 cards, but I guess between Alisa and Asai you can sacrifice one of them. So it's not really the end of the world. Get profited here. Although yeah, if you wanted to get your Vilgefortz or something back, later on you are limited. Options here. So yeah, Fire Snail is like not slamming 100 points in 3 turns, not in round number 2, where you are not getting Nausicaa out.
I think the slow play is, in a sense, kind of more methodical, in that currently there's no bronze with the actual sort of cultist engine infusion, which means any of the Master of Puppets are a lot less good right now. And I think we see that being planned basically furthered here, just going for the informant, sort of trying to spread the points out, not having a single unit and specifically bronze going to Toll. It's really just this illusionist, but that's only because it's being pumped with all these brew hurts.
Okay, so 1 point unit getting infused becomes a 10 point unit, so you can adjust play a cultist and get the payoff.
That was, I'm not sure why you click at the end of that turn without triggering it. That does seem a bit of a mistake.
Okay, there we go.
Or was it a bait? Maybe. That's a good pull, actually. Getting that illusionist out there means that's one less Master Puppet to worry about later on. Especially since I don't think we've seen any Petri's filters that, would have gone through. I think both Petri's filters are still in deck, if memory serves.
Okay, so Boostgaard into the deck. Golden Necker pulling that most likely. I think Meatball mentioned that there was no special. I wasn't checking Myamon's deck leftovers, but might be case. Myamon, of course, is streaming without observer, so can't really check everything. Okay, so a bleed without really getting everything out of Myamon's deck is a bleed nonetheless. Guillaume is playing for what? 14 there as a target. 6, 7. Wait, is it a tie?
Can you still? Oh.
Well.
Huh.
That's a nice round win, but costs you a card. And Myamon was posing there before playing Guillaume.
Yeah, I've been playing the Sangreal first would have ended up there. No, would have been equivalent.
Playing leader before Guillaume.
Maybe would have been one more
Would have
point that
been
way.
like you needed 1 point.
Yeah, I mean, leader before Guillaume can sort of be one more point if you change from like even to auto or vice versa, one of the two.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, the alternative would have been like a Master of Puppets or a Golden Neck, which would have been a lot worse, but Master of Puppets without the last say is also significantly less good. And yeah, I mean, that is double last say now for Fire Snail, right? So Master of Puppets have a much lower ceiling, especially if Fire Snail can try to keep a lot of the big triggers for later on.
But yeah, unfortunately there for Myamon being 1 point short. And now engines go. MOPs bounce back. True, yeah. Even if you get it through, you have to answer them. Okay, so Fall City actually, yeah, has to be played into the damage instead of a Boostgaard. For Fire Snail there is no damage, right? At all punish or anything with Wilgefort's gone.
Yeah, I mean, there's leader's control, not total punish.
Yeah. So,
but yeah,
the
as
19 point
Kareem's-
unit is staying. The cultists are not really known for copying, utilizing your opponent's units as well. Okay.
With no double last say, with Fire Snail having double last say, there will basically always be an opportunity to click the Master of Puppets back if Myamon just clicks them on his last turn.
So
So
battle
you might
stage.
need to even use the Master of Puppets like second last turn and then roll a lock from the Vigo. But like these Master of Puppets aren't even looking good right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean this is a big Fisher King.
Yeah, at
For
least
serious.
Myamon sees Fire Snail breaking, so unfortunate for the cultist player here.
Battle stations looking
Yeah, both
quite
of them.
sketchy. These weren't even infused, so actually, Cultists missing a lot of engine value here. Yeah, I think you do still.
Yeah, there is not much, like if you're copying them, not much is being gained here by Fire Snail, as you have nothing on the, like, yeah, sure, you get another initiate. And I suppose with the spy it becomes worse.
To be honest here, I'm not sure if it's really better to lock the Master of Puppets or just the Initiate.
Probably initiate.
I'd say you lock the Initiate. Could be a disagreement there with me. Yeah. Okay, Master of Puppets are not seizing back the 5-power Initiate. Actually, to be fair, the 4-power one doesn't have the Cultist engine infusion. So maybe it is less valuable despite being able to give that Death Wish over. Okay. Ooh, teleportation is not good here.
Is there a gold that does 3 damage to the lowest?
This will do it. If it has the Master of Ceremonies? Wait.
No, it's a different. Also, there are no 3 cultists on the board.
Oh, okay, yeah, that wouldn't even cut it then.
So yeah, Fire Snail didn't manage to infuse, managed to play freaking battle stations into an army of Nausicaas coming to hand. Okay. Yeah, so Cultists were not, but I was wondering what's the third Myamon deck, because in the last 2 rounds I don't think we've seen Cultists in action, but here the machine deck got banned, so you get to see Cultists once or twice as the final patch of the tournament. Will it be Cultists winning or getting 2-0? I'm a bit surprised no one... Mystical brought it. But he did lose in quarterfinal. He had like Shoop and Heatwave everywhere. So if he'd progress, he'd meet with Kareem in semi. And Kareem is playing triple Cultists. And that would have been quite a meal for Mystical, most likely. But whatever you modify in your regular Assimilate list, you're most likely making it worse for the pure Assimilate mirror. And quite a few people brought just Assimilate deck, card for card, on 3 leaders. Unless you are talking about the double cross that has 2 extra provisions, so 1 depending on what we're comparing it to. And then, yeah, this is the decision point for you. Do you want to go against potential abusers that you maybe expect like 2-3 of in the entire tournament, or do you go for more reliable Assimilate and Masquerade Ball matchup? Although, well, I guess Heatwave against Masquerade Ball is okay. Every time we see Cultists, since it's Nilfgaard, everyone is like, I'll copy. A Cultist, nothing will ever go wrong.
The stars align.
So after seeing 1 teleportation, do you click Arcane Tome? After buffing this to 5. If we can go. Ah, wait. So that's the no assassination gameplay here. I think we've seen assassination in the previous opponent's list. That's why I was thinking of it.
I shall not repeat Emir's mistakes.
Spine not landing, but we also don't see Crystal Skull clicked, and most likely the round continues. But the round usually continues as far as the Masquerade Ball landing and getting triggered. And then you kinda don't really want to continue playing the video game.
Marked by the Fiendu.
And yeah, that's what I meant. Akagosha decided to return the Arcane Tome, but teleportation was on hand, and it's a bit early to play Necromancy with the Dead Graveyard. So I guess there was a little risk of activating teleportation still present.
Do I enjoy torture? Perhaps. A bit.
It's not to Torres, but after Calvage, so you're not really seeing those. And Myamon, 40 points behind, decides to take a bow. So, Cultist scenario unanswered. Emir's mistake suggests he was the Emir's successor. What was the order? There goes usurper, Emir. Well, been a while since I read or played. I'm not even sure, like, was he the direct successor or was there after Emir a window? But, well, yeah, basically. Yeah, I was referring to a fact that I, for example, haven't read the last one, but there is some. Kalbit succeeded more on, according to Wiki. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, Igosha is playing some cards here, starting an engine, hiding an engine behind the defender as well, but here goes the Eternal Eclipse, and how do you contain that now? You can contest with your 2 point. Look, guys, it's buffing 2, not 1, 2 times. And well, if it was not my mage torturer, which it's not supposed to be, it's still buffing 2. Before, that would have been kinda a tragedy unless you put bribery on top. Now that this doesn't pull golds, a more reasonable card. But yeah, that's +2 and +2. Nothing beats that. That's like an honest engine value.
My loyalty is to Imperial coin, not to the face depicted thereon.
That's like a magnet, since we are watching Nilfgaard against Nilfgaard, and cards like Bratans, like Artorius exist. Nothing can hurt me if I just yoink, but a couple of cultists there. If you are replaying something, you can yeah, infuse the Duchess's Informant and attempt a push. Attempt to control the cultists as they, but yeah, here comes the point vomit. Well, not that much of a point vomit, honestly. Soldiers left in hand. Instead, double lock is played. So, infuse. Not yet. We need more initiates first. Ah, this one is also infused. Or do we go for the lock? Do go for the lock. So this was already buffing by 3. Deacon, I guess, is was alternative target as well. So you have tall punish access with this.
I've seen the foul beast and its retinue.
Spin the wheel?
What are we doing with this though? Like you can cool. That's actually a dodge. Like you can infuse, cool, and take the rest into the next round.
The mistake stars reflected in the bottom of the night sky.
You get one of the infused soldiers out as well. So round for Cultists is definitely split. You get is it Dandelion? Is Dandelion into a Cultist enough? Shouldn't be. Like one of them is locked.
In my dreams.
Almost, but not quite. But bronze takes it for Myamon, and yeah, it's probably the only way you get out of here unarmed. So prophecy not fulfilled. Only one brick for Myamon. So that's avoided as well. There are infused soldiers. You're going against the best of the best in Assimilate, okay? What a stupid Nausicaa brigade. Why would you ever jump to the wrong row? Random allied row. And yeah, moving them around doesn't help to get them to the same row, but it's not much, but it's an honest work nonetheless. So Defender is, yeah, not a cultist at all. He is just getting paid and does his job, but he has no plans to be connected to the cult. And this was not infused, but at least it gets the illusionist synergy. So you can pick another. Another. You don't really have the bronzes to infuse. And everything is infused with the cultist tag already, so what do you even pick? Imperial Marines would be like happy if only there was something. So I guess initiates still make more sense than and giving Duchess's informant on a torturer. I don't know, that feels weird. Unless Myamon counted all the cards and knows that the Duchess's informant is the next one.
Bow before Nilfgaard's rightful empress.
But it's an extra point, so... You don't really expect any bronzes for the infusion to get points. Bribery might have a say in this, and coup as well, but those might be just finishing moves. So kinda need to deal with the cultists as early as possible.
Spin the wheel. Set the stage.
An interesting choice.
So a bit of a lockdown here, and Gosha still gets the full city back.
Scrubbing duty again?
So he split the rounds perfectly. What a bribery! What a bribery here.
Thrones to be empty.
Yeah, 5 points. Ugh. So good. Not like there are many amazing targets, but Dandelion avoided being seen. And yeah, not really enough. So well played by Gosha. This is a Masquerade Ball against Cultists now. Masquerade Ball with servants means quite a few locks.
You will not regret this. It speaks to me in my dreams.
No deacons in hand. Artorius missed the deacon as well. Well, there is the curse scroll. But there are also no... Okay, the deck is not even running the informants.
There is but one punishment for traitors.
So Gosha plays this offensively.
Northland, is it?
Those are both aristocrats, so bleeding. And the life-threatening bleeding at this. Would initiate, but at least he gets to use a bronze that will be occasionally damaged. Alternatively, okay, you can teleport out. Okay, so goes not for the Twisted Aim, but for Eternal Eclipse and Initiate. Which cannot really be buffed properly. And as round continues, that gives extra profit to Myamon here. So, yeah, finally the deacon spread into statuses, but
We enact the will of the cosmos.
how many can it do, honestly? With no joust? Does a Gosha ever lock on initiate? Well, that's a question. Like if you allow this to stick and it dies. I think it might be a bit too valuable to lock things down the road. And yeah, we also see that he goes for potential pointer output here. Over the managing the damages from this initiate. He kinda knows that Myamon is interested in playing the teleportations if possible. And that's quite slow, so if you can. Как же хочется, чтобы Гоша залутал турик, но прошлый отыграл вообще хорошо. Мы, конечно, те катки его не видели по турниру, но там нормально законтрил. Всем село болеем. Хорошо. Yeah, bleeding the unit that is a prime target for teleportation might be not ideal. Ты чё, без вебки? А никто не сказал? Все спят? Nobody told me, so yeah, we've been watching without the webcam. By the way, мы сделали все push-ups, guys, so nice job. Все молодцы. 0 to do. Great job. Okay, so actually I decides to spare a lock. And by spare a lock I mean he still has leader for lock-in. And this, but that's the second. Hunter. Так что да, спасибо за прокачку. Отжимания поделали. And that's the round. So pretty good as far as engines go, and Gosha was played for that, generating as many points as possible. We still see that he goes for the self-lock in the end, but there was no reason to do that. А финал тоже был 3. Никаких этих. Отправляем новую турнирную сетку. Тогда бы всем надо было, в принципе, придумывать 4-ю колоду сразу. Потому что в лиге финал играется на следующий день хотя бы, так что ты можешь придумать себе... Ну, только 2 игрока могут себе придумать последнюю колоду, взять что-то. А здесь, так как крафтить надо было немного, или решать, что я буду играть каждого лидера с одной и той же колодой, то к финалу так пришлось всех напрячь. Нет, это финалочка. Okay, so Gosha broke Cultists round last time. Can he do that again? Less flexibility, I'd say, with the status, as you cannot just create or copy things easily, controllably bring statuses from like locks from graveyard. Можешь предложить Матолу давать краун-поинты за лигу. Я помню, Project же делали тогда. Ну это как бы не серьезно. Project тогда с кем они? С Мартизиусом, по-моему, договаривались, что сделают турнир. И тогда все про-игроки взбесились. Потому что давалось какое-то значительное количество краун-поинтов. А это тогда еще CDPR регулировали. Плюс, ну, сколько человек за краун-поинты на самом деле борется? Myamon, Лерио. Я не знаю, сколько Керп собирается играть, но он же пару сезонов пропустил. Неквис, Арчи. И еще, наверное, человека 2-3, которые Даурен. А все остальные... Ну, какой-то... Ну, тогда зачем? Ну, то есть, если Myamon заканчивает в топ-3, в топ-5 сезон постоянно, ты играешь мало. Ну, то есть, Неквизу я не думаю, что 2 поинта поможет. Надо в ладере топить. Но, как вариант, да. Но я помню, тогда проекты пытались сделать комьюнити турик, и это было немного проблематично, потому что это надо 2 дня. Ну, ладно, здесь 1 день, но там надо было 2 дня закидывать, и кто-то тебя мог обогнать, несмотря на то, что ты сидел, потел весь весь сезон или весь год. Так что и тогда у них они попробовали это сделать, и вся турнирная платформа тоже к хренам полетела и отменили. Но скандальчик был. Okay, so yeah, no crown points for community tournaments. Most likely they are mostly for fun. And Myamon is not really having fun here at the moment with the Nausicaa Brigade. Not infused one. And so like I do get that it can be fixed. Has the law. Okay, Vilgefortz is a nice pickup. Joyce Dame just no fucks given. Томимая просто. Мне все равно за что поинты получать. Давай, намаливай. Okay, so quite the turn. Got the Toll Punish in hand. Dandelion, Prokin. Got the infusion on something. What did he infuse? Anyway, I guess the Vilgefortz. Among the 2 units, infused and non-infused, I guess it was a Vilgefortz. Unless he played it. Anyway, Focus is gone after 6.5 hours.
Yes, that's the right shout.
That's the Masquerade Ball doing its job. There is the Poison Connector. Roderick is between 3 units. Pusha is not really going for some crazy moves like Leader on this Pikeman, for example. Keeps it composed, no panicking. So nice, very thirsty Dame. It would be a shame if Vilgefortz ever lands and trades with her. That would potentially pull another thirsty Dame, but bunch of spice as well, so depending on the Archfiend leaks. That I definitely haven't been following now. Так что да, что там точно наверху по бронзе. Эмиссар, по-моему, только что уехал на дно. Шикупа там будет. Pikeman getting some value with the Blitz for several turns by now. And also the 9 is growing, but I guess that's less important with Vilge. Doesn't see the coup. As yeah, you don't really want to throw away your usurper here. Then a turncoat probably goes to the bottom of the deck once again. So a bronze, a bronze. I think there was another one before. Well, yeah, Myamon. Ah, look, he gets the Thursday. But that's the end of the round. And now Myamon is definitely searching for things and avoiding the bricks. Gosha has 4 units. Where Usurper is, I'm not exactly sure. Okay, there he is on the top deck. So your still has 2 targets. Okay, so Myamon has an arrow into battle stations, into 2 units, and now the bricks are out of the deck, so that's nice. Joachim can be moved behind the defender. So this coup and those cultists. Well, this is not infused. Any reason to float it? I guess fancy points. As Usurper is safe. Я так понимаю, ничего не убивает его. 2. This is Cultists as well, yeah. Quite a few engines on the board, eh?
Have you ever laid eyes on a deception of such grandeur?
Ah, yeah. Given bronzes on your side of the board, that was also kinda anti initiate procedure. Yeah. Doesn't even bother. Plays the Joachim behind the defender. Doesn't matter though, you cannot.
Sleep on my shade. Behold Nilfgaard's iron might!
And yeah, the protection from initiate once more.
Reality is that which, though you believe it no more.
This Yoki might have mattered. What do you mean? There is the Imperial formation. Or do you mean the heat? Well, and tie the Pokemon. Yeah, it's over either way. Yeah. So there is no status on the prophet, but yeah, there was the Imperial formation. So unless BM happens and Joachim is getting moved back row. Yoink yoink. Both statuses, but no spine status, and it wouldn't matter anyway. Okay, so Myamon is the winner, and Myamon collects the status of Emperor on Discord. Congrats. Igosha put up a nice fight.